All right. So we're going to begin with I don't remember if I said last time. We're starting off with Shodi and Leah. You guys making your way toward where
Did we want to just finish establishing, or like kind of establish exactly what's going on with Kaylin? Because I assume we're going to be catching up to her.
Yes, you guys are about to meet up with her. Do we want to go over what happened with Kaylin, the stranger, and the cart and the kobold?
If I remember correctly, the cart is like 3 times smaller than the cart that we were in, roughly. Did the kobold run off, or is he still there?
No. Going back there, Kaylin would have run into the stranger, who would have then just arrived would have seen him essentially pseudo-interrogating a little kobold, also wrapped in the same garb, so the others in, with a small cart that seemed to have a bunch of sacks inside. And I believe you said you were going, I don't know if you were going to help or you just overheard the interrogation happening in Draconic.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna help. I think I just overheard it while I was getting my liar stuff.
Yeah, all right then. You found your stuff, and then the third masked gentleman tied up the kobold, knocked him out after some conversation you only overheard parts of. He went through everyone's stuff, found his own, but he also noticed your bags of holding. He turned them inside out, examined some of the etchings and runes that seemed to be stitched in the carp into the...
Did he turn them inside out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carved
I
out
remember that.
one rune each of
does
them
that mean
before putting them back inside out, putting the stuff back in.
Okay.
Assuming, you don't know if he took anything or not. You weren't really paying attention. You found your lyre and you were elated.
I sure was.
He did ask for your bag of holding, in which he did the exact same thing and gave it back to you with all your stuff supposedly in it.
To be fair, I don't know what was originally in there, so I don't know if he took anything.
That's fair. He then proceeded to grab the kobold by the rope that he's dragging him by, and he's currently being dragged into the forest as the kobold is, with his little claws, trying to not be dragged away. But yeah, if you're still there holding your lyre, he will disappear into the brush of the forest, heading back into the island, not away, as you guys are closer to the edge of a small cliff with down the bank further across the cliff and down to the little valley. You see that there was a larger encampment, large smokestack coming up from that side where where the cart apparently was headed.
Yep,
So
Kaylin will be sitting there tuning her lyre.
That is the scene that Shoni and Billy walked in on.
Before we get into this, I feel like it is perhaps worth bringing up a safety tool, just kind of broadly. Crystal, how okay are you? Like, what extent are you okay
Listen,
with?
I'm okay with
Leah
PvP.
being-
If you want to beat her up,
Okay.
by all means.
Okay.
I knew exactly where this was going. By all means.
So if this ends up with someone getting like pulled by the very sensitive pointy ear,
Okay. I don't know about you, Nishani, but I am, as like kind of, I assume there's like a bend that we're kind of rounding, and as we're kind of catching up with Kaylin, Leah is just kind of stomping towards Kaylin.
Nyla is, or not Nyla, jeez. Nishani's not looking too happy either.
Dang, I tried to roll to see how perceptive she would be about all this. That was not a great roll, so she is oblivious to you guys' incoming
la, la, la.
temper.
Kaylin's song! I used to delight in Kaylin's innocence. Now I find that she might be either dumb or maybe she's weaponizing some neglectful behavior. I don't know what this is. She's just like in her own little
Weaponized
world.
inadequacy?
Yeah, maybe.
So
But
Leah,
she seems so sincere.
listen, there's some
I am a
endearing parts of
bard,
this.
so maybe
There-
I'm just
there's-
that great of an actress.
Endearing parts of this, and then there are the ridiculous. To be fair, it is our fault that we trusted her.
True.
Leah, though, I did like that idea with the ear. Leah is going to stomp up to her, and basically what she's trying to do is she's going to try and kind of grab her by the ear and kind of try and pick her up by the ear lobe. So
Ooh, is
some
this
part
like a
that's
grapple
like
check
firmly
then?
attached. She's not trying to rip her ear off or anything.
Drag her.
all right.
Very
For this one, I
far,
will need you to
very
give me a
firmly.
grapple check.
Oh.
Given you'll have a it'll be our choice as a grapple check with athletics or acrobatics to try to get out of
So-
this. It'll be a disadvantage as you are very much distracted with how happy you are that you have your lyre back.
And that's going to be athletics for me, right?
For this one, yes.
Okay. 16.
25.
All right. Actually,
He might be hugging you right now, thinking, "Oh, it's okay, guys."
Oh, I'd like that. She's gonna see Leah come towards her, and then, assuming that she's just happy to see her again, Kaylin will go in and just hug her preemptively.
it's not she's trying to. Was that a 25 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Expertise.
Yeah, no, that would do it. Yeah, no, Leah, I think, is caught off guard. Like, she's, like, going to grab the ear. You, like, stand up from where you were sitting, like, kind of go and rush in for the hug. Does Kaylin say anything? Because Leah's just kind of, like, stunned for a moment with her arms out. You rush in to hug.
What would she say? Kaylin would probably say something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm glad that you're okay, and you're here, and your stuff's here, and my stuff's here too, and it all worked out."
This
Okay.
might have worked out better if you hadn't neglected your watch.
Kayla, like Leah is like stunned for a moment as you say that, but then she kind of like reaches back and puts her hand on your shoulder, and she's gonna kind of like push you off her a little bit, but kind of like hold your shoulders at this time. And she's just gonna kind of go, "Kaylin, what were you thinking? What happened?" What happened last night? Why did you run off like that?
Let me roll a history check to see if I could remember the reason I fell asleep.
She was sleepy. she was sleepy, so she sleeps.
How did they?
I was there and I was watching and I was doing a really good job of watching because there was nothing that was around us except this like fog came in and then I don't remember anything else.
What kind of fog?
The kind that makes you fall asleep?
Insight check.
Nature check? Do I know about some kind of sleepy mist?
Okay, that is only a 14 on the inside.
Okay, Caitlin, you don't have to tell me via deception or insight.
No, this is what she believes happens.
Okay,
She
no.
didn't roll well
Yeah,
on her history check.
Okay, then just roll me a quick charisma check to see how well you. Or no, just give me a
I
persuasion.
think it's also if she's
How
just
well-
saying that that's what she believes, and if you say that
she
that's
believes. Let's see if she can properly. Convince.
Charisma or performance? Persuasion?
Let's go persuasion. You're trying to convince
Icky.
them this is what happened.
it's all I know, I swear.
14.
That actually meets.
That is, it's hot.
Sylvie is still definitely frustrated, but like
It's frustrating,
No,
but you also, she looks no different from normal. So.
Yeah,
Kaylin,
would this face intentionally try to hurt you guys?
Kaylin, when we are traveling together, you need to be more careful. Do
But
you understand?
Y-
We were extraordinarily lucky, Kaylin. I hope you understand that about this situation.
So it was lucky that we defeated the guys that took us hostage?
Yes. It was lucky that we were alive to begin with. Kaylin. Leah thinks about saying something, but doesn't say that. People have been killed in their sleeps and died in less delicate situations. We
But-
need to work together as a team. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
going to
was
travel.
But what was I supposed to do in this situation?
Leah is going to, I think, like, pick her hands up, like, as she's saying this and kind of put it down a couple times. As she says, "Don't fall asleep or wake us up if there's
But
something suspicious going on."
But it wasn't by choice, and it wasn't like I had enough time to go and wake you guys up, because when I saw it, it just happened, and
Make another
can I-
persuasion check, I guess. I don't know. Or if you want.
One more persuasion check. Nishani, what was that? Nature check?
Can I roll for a nature check to see if I recognize or know of
Okay.
any specific mist that she's talking about?
Go ahead.
Okay.
13 persuasion.
That one was an 8 on insight.
19.
First, with that 19, you know that there are these different types of mist up in the forest.
Oh, sorry, you're breaking up. What?
Yeah, you're quieter and breaking up.
Nope.
Hello?
There you are.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, there it is. You know, with that, many mists can occur naturally. Most are harmless. Some can be toxic. Others can have odd effects. This one sounds more like someone specifically using the mist as a medium for a specific enchantment and spell. I've seen before. Sometimes some use it to calm or incapacitate dangerous beasts as they're passing through. You know this is the sleep spell.
Okay. Kaylin, if you think you're about to fall asleep, then perhaps we should start tying a string to us or something, and you can just yank on it before you fall asleep so that we know to rise. And check on you, and check on the camp, so that nothing gets stolen again. You wouldn't want your loot to be missing forever, would you? I mean, your lyre to be missing forever, would you?
Her eyes go wide at the thought of losing her lyre forever, and she quickly shakes her head.
I'm sorry, for a second it sounded like you called her loot a liar.
It is a liar.
It is a liar.
Called the liar, like, I think your loot is a liar.
Oh,
Your loot is lying
might
to
be.
us.
who knows? It actually is a loot just called liar? No, I don't know. But I know she's gonna shake her head and look very fearful at the thought of losing her lyre forever.
Then if you never want to lose it, then we need to work together and you need to tell us, or we need to come up with a system that allows you to tell us at a moment's notice if something is happening in the camp during your watch.
Everybody roll me a wisdom check.
All right.
Wisdom.
Wisdom check.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. That's an 8 and going. Right.
16. Time
10.
11.
Okay, Leah, you're able to pick up first. While her advice in this situation is sound, you're also aware that if this was an effect caused by the mist via natural or magical means, it likely happened instantaneously, so there's really no way to do that unless you have your own instantaneous way to alert or announce what's happened.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard of a few counters of spells that essentially send alerts and alarm bells both audibly and inside someone's mind to let others know when something's happened, but other than that, it's usually just luck. If you can get to someone in time before you fall or make noise.
Kaylin. Leah she's kind of moved to just one hand on her shoulder now, trying to make it a bit more personal. Just promise us you will be more careful in the future, and we'll find ways to prevent things like this from happening again.
Yeah, I promise. I don't.
Insight check.
Roll
Yeah,
that
I
insight.
promise. What else?
Caitlin, you can either roll me a deception or a persuasion check to try.
That was a nat
convince her
one.
that you mean it.
I was a nat
Never
20 on
mind.
deception.
Okay, you know what? Okay. Yeah, no, not serious. Roll something.
Wow. What a turn of events.
Leah's, I think with the nat one, she's not like full on trusting. I think it's just like, I don't really know whether to believe you or not. But you're at least saying it, so that's something.
And we want to believe you.
Yeah, I'm so innocent.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, this is like strike 1.5 for Leah.
Okay, so
You hit 3 strikes.
with these words and that look in her eyes that is both innocent yet somehow determined, in your eyes at least, you believe that you've gotten the message across loud and clear, and you almost think like, okay, she'll start to get better. You've done a good job. And
Also worth noting, don't run off, especially when we're still in dangerous situations.
When did I run off in a dangerous situation?
Like 10 minutes ago. We are stranded in the middle of nowhere, kind of like holding our arms now, like kind of to the sea and to the cliffs around them. And we had one person that we could interrogate. He has not realized that is the kobold still there, or did he run off?
Gone.
You
He got
can
dragged
see
away.
that there are
Right.
small claw marks being dragged away into the foliage. And
Okay.
actually, make me a perception check, everybody.
Perception.
Ooh, me too. That's a 1.
Let's try.
Hey,
this.
19.
Ooh.
I got a good
Okay.
bonus on that.
21.
All right, you two, Kevin, you're just busy. You're just, trying to explain the situation.
I'm
'cause
really
obviously
focused
there's
on
no danger.
diffusing some
It's
anger.
it's all good. Accomplished. And okay, you guys do all now have your stuff and/or clothes. So if you want to switch out of the rags that you're in, at some point,
Mhm.
you can do so, or you can just chill with the new gear.
Well-
That gives you no bonuses whatsoever.
Leah
The-
does just like we had one person that we could interrogate, and we had to leave him behind because you're the only person that speaks their language.
You mean you don't understand what they were saying?
No.
No.
Oh, I didn't. How was I supposed to know you didn't understand them?
Leah like face palms and like drags her hand down her face, kind of like stretching out her cheeks a bit. Sorry, I interrupted you.
So, Leah and Nishoni, you guys can hear some muffled wails and or grunts coming from a bit down to the left, going into the island, little foliage forest. Coincidentally, that's the same path that you see the grooves of tiny little nails that seem to be that followed down that way. It's a weird because it looked like something was dragged. Something large was dragged and then was followed by something oddly clawing at the ground as it was leaving.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Not great.
No, indeed.
I take it that's the other guy's doing.
Yeah, he took the little dragon with him. They went that way.
And another interrogation slipped through our fingers. Let me just... I'd like to take account... Actually, can we see what was pulling this carriage? Was there a horse or some kind of animal?
The guy was pulling the car,
There.
right?
It
Was he-
looked like something could be attached to it, but you're not sure if something was pulling it or not, or if this was going on its own.
So it's not...
The equipment for something to be attached is there, but you're not sure if it was used like that or not.
Okay. So inoperable for the moment, at least.
It's kind of tipped over, yeah.
So just as a recap of where we're at right now, you said a smokestack coming from a bit away?
Bit away across the cliff, down into the valley where there's more trees, smokestack, and it looks to be from this far away like a walled-off encampment of some sort. It looks recently built and not native whatsoever, because it's very close to the shoreline.
And that looks in the direction that we were heading, right?
Yes.
Is that the direction that these drag lines are going as well?
No, the drag lines are going in the opposite direction into the little foliage where essentially where the closest trees in this little clearing you guys find yourself with it.
Can we hear anything?
Roll me another perception check, anyone who would like to, as you stop to listen for more of those odd sounds you were starting to hear.
Okay.
Sure.
It's another 21.
14.
Kaylin,
That is a 14 as well.
Siler, are you talking? Because I heard Kaylin, you, and then you cut out. Tyler.
Okay. How to make sure it was going right. Okay, no problem. Nishoni, Kaylin, you guys do hear some muffling, unmuffling, but you can't really make it out. But Leah, you can, when you listen and closely observe, you can in fact hear more of the grunting and the replying that was being spoken by the other two that you fought. Though it seems to be coming out in pants, wheezes, and a bit slurred.
Okay.
So some drunk people, what are they doing? What kind of grunts are we talking here? Like they're pushing something?
Is this coming from the direction that the person dragged the kobold in?
Yes.
Okay.
Along with a few grunts and growls and yips of pain.
He's being interrogated, I take it. I think I'm going to try and grab Kaylin by the arm and lead her in the direction of this and tell her, you're going to translate for us so that we can all understand what's going on. I don't know if she has any resistance to that, since she'll let herself get dragged away. Okay. Leah is grabbing all of her stuff. She wants to do an inventory, but now is probably not the time.
Shove
Gonna
it all
switch
in.
out of anything?
What was that?
Gonna switch into her other stuff, or she gonna keep on the current outfit?
She'll leave on the current outfit for now, since that would probably take more time to get into, but she will put on the boots, earring, and what other stuff does she say? She'll get her items sorted, but she's not going to change right now, since that'll probably take a little while to do, even if it's just a few minutes. Probably more than she wants to spend right now. And she doesn't have to worry about armor. I don't know if the others are.
I'll get my things around me and just try to listen for what's happening around us with these grunts and whatnot.
All right. So you guys are just staying put and listening, or you?
Well, no, I was gonna drag Kaylin to go in the direction, not necessarily bursting into the scene, but wanting to hear what's going on and perhaps see what's going on.
All right. You can follow the tracks and the little trail left for you by the individuals.
Yep. Was there anything, I guess, also worth asking real quick? There was everybody's bags and equipment. Was there anything else of note in the cart, or was it empty other than that?
There were a few other satchels, but they seem to have been emptied.
Emptied. Okay. So probably he took those already. So I guess we're going towards the interrogation.
I guess so.
Nishoni, are you going as well?
I'll follow. I'll back you up.
You move into the brush slowly. You see the first few trees, and as you pass in 20 feet in, you can start hearing it more clearly, a bit more louder. You keep going, or you're gonna stay, or you're gonna stay?
I'll ask Kaylin if she's able to translate, if she's able to hear and translate at this distance. Crystal asked, am I able to make any word out? Or words?
We'll say the conversation goes on and she's listening in. Anything else anyone would like to?
Can you translate, Kaylin? What's being said?
She most certainly can. Whether she'll understand or properly translate, we'll find out.
Hopefully.
Syntax is weird, like in Asian countries.
Can make out a
Translate the
few
words,
words,
but we don't know the syntax.
She can make out a few words, although she notes that they are starting to sound a bit more garbled, slurred, and a bit nonsensical. She talks about someone asking for Mary's, and they can't say, and why is everything spinning? Something about ambushes, dragons, or ants.
Okay. Leah kind of looks to the two of them. Do we want to go speak to this guy, or do we want to get out of here as quickly as we can and get back to what we were doing?
I think avoiding them and just moving on would be more beneficial to our goal. Unfortunately.
We should definitely keep this place in mind for the future. I don't know about that. Little kitty.
What are you crying about, Boba?
He didn't get to turn off the computer.
I guess so. Like, as soon as you start mentioning that your cat turned off your computer, he starts whining.
It's because he's just been like outdone. He's like, I can't be out-catted.
No, this dummy just got locked in my closet all day while my sister and I were away at work. I didn't realize that he had walked into my closet.
Poor little guy.
Yeah. But he's a
We should
dummy.
have-
He likes to do that.
He should
I
have
might
better
consider just putting
situation.
like an extra water and like food bowl in there to let him get comfy.
Just in case. Leah climbed a
Oh.
tree.
Nice.
She rolled really well for like these rolls, so I'm a little concerned something might happen in the future, or she might go like all out with this session. And next
Well,
session goes.
I mean,
Had some-
we've also had some really bad ones.
I had a few not so great rolls, so I'm hoping this is the turn towards good, not that it's about to turn towards bad.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's hard to know when it starts and begins and resets, so fingers crossed you like the luck keeps going.
Also can spike and then go right back down, so we'll see. But
Cool.
it sounds like it's a good vantage point with a good view.
It is indeed. Now, did Michonne or Kaylin want to do anything while you were both told about what your friend was about to do?
Nope, Caitlin's letting her do whatever she wants right now.
Leah just goes running through the forest like it's Assassin's Creed 3, parkouring between trees.
Oh yeah, Leah could run ahead, but when Caitlin does it, it's a big deal.
Well, there's been a pattern associated with it.
I mean, obviously,
Leah-
what she's telling you is you don't run through the streets. You have to run on top of things in order to be okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Leah ran off after having clear communication with the party and having a plan.
Now,
She
did
did
she
might
share
have had
this
a pact.
plan with her friends?
One of these
at all?
things is not like the other.
Did you communicate the plan?
Yeah, my plan was I'm gonna go get my lyre back, BRB.
Did you
It was a solid
communicate the plan?
It worked.
Was it a good plan?
It was a very
I
good
mean,
plan
she got
because I
her
got my
lyre
lyre back.
You
Clearly.
Results,
You did
man.
succeed.
Results speak for themselves.
you did in fact succeed on that plan.
Okay, then. Nishoni, anything?
I don't think so.
I'm running up that hill, running up that tree, we're running up that hill.
Okay, then we can just unofficially
Sorry.
say your baby name, Kaylin.
Seriously, we need to get one of those leashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fashion one this
Leah.
evening around the fire.
You are, with this great vantage point, able to see that there's a bundle wrapped in some rope.
Bundle wrapping some rope.
Okay, you see a bundle wrapped in some rope that has some a tail and a head poking out of it. It's currently wrapped, tied up by some rope, and being tossed around a very barren, tall pine tree, kind of like a volleyball. Volleyball.
What kind of tail?
No, I'm sorry. Tether ball is what is happening
Oh.
right now. This little
Oh,
kobold.
but wait, tetherball? Cool.
Yeah, he's being treated like a tether ball right now, just wrapped up in a little
Oh,
cloth.
he is.
At the camp?
No, you can see the clamp from where you're at, but what the interrogation that you been listening for and doing, that's what's happening on the side.
Oh, okay, so I can see that interrogation now as well.
Yeah, because you
Okay,
went up a tree
okay.
and you can see that, but if you look behind you, because
Okay,
one's happening on one side of the island, the other one's happening the other.
okay. Sorry, I thought that I just like I got this great vantage point of the valley and this giant campsite, and just the only like the main thing that I see is just
You just have
tetherball.
to turn around to see it, but you have to turn back around to see the interrogation.
Okay. Yeah, the interrogation. So he's like, is he like just whacking him like a tetherball?
A few
I'll be
times
right
before he
back.
essentially grabs him and then just makes him talk a bit. And that's why he's...
Fran doesn't
little
complain this
garbled.
much unless the food bowl's empty. I'll be back.
I see.
Oh, actually, I'm being called one. So quick
Oh.
BRB.
Okay. See you in a moment. How's it going, Crystal?
It's going.
It's going.
It sure is.
It sure is.
Sure
Sorry.
is. Those are always like my
Kaylin.
default answers.
They are. Which is fair to have default answers.
I love playing a chaotic neutral character.
That's fair. I'm gonna be honest, I've been thinking about like how Leah would react, and like I'll be honest, like I feel like it's narratively could be narratively interesting. Again, this is like in a novel or a not improv medium for her to have been a lot more brutal in like her scolding. And we may get to that as well, but I also
by
like,
all means. I never play a character without knowing the potential repercussions behind the way I play a character.
fair enough. Though, you know, I as the player, it's like, I do want Leah to have those snapping moments. I also, especially considering like how this was handled, this wasn't really anything that you could have changed, like you, the player. I mean,
No.
Kaylin she wasn't. I forget what we had specifically done, but I think she was like trying to keep watch.
She really was. She was trying really hard.
Yeah. I think it's just the way that we flavored it is like, she just drifts off. But there was also magic involved, it seems.
Yeah.
Casting sleep on already sleeping characters.
I didn't know it was sleep because I had asked him because I believe I can't be put to sleep.
Oh. Yeah, you're a
An Eladrin.
Oh.
Eladrin. Eladrin?
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I guess that shouldn't have worked.
Yeah, because I know when he first did that, I asked him, I was like, is this like sleep? Is this magical sleep? And he told me no. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just go with it.
I keep on forgetting.
It wasn't sleep that hit you.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
what I
fell
know.
asleep on your own.
Oh no!
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh no!
So she did fall asleep on her own.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
there wasn't a sleep spell that hit you guys. You guys were all just asleep and they tied you up. That's just one of the ways Nishone's seen the sleep spell be used with mist as a medium.
Okay. So not necessarily that it was that. It was just okay. Also, I think it was. You know what it was? Nishone passed around.
Oh, that's right. I was
some
high.
herbs.
Oh, drugs.
I think that was
yeah.
also it. I think that was like you had to roll at disadvantage or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my story. It seemed like you guys believed it. It was fine.
Well, it's also you did roll deception.
I sure did.
We'll also just say hopefully that won't happen again. Hopefully she still learned her lesson. And if not, then like I mentioned before.
And by that you mean hopefully Kayla never takes a single watch on herself again.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys allowed it this time.
Because we can't only take 2 watches, because if that were the case, then we wouldn't get our a full long rest.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have,
Yeah,
I think,
it
at
should have
least
been
3
ours.
people. 3 people, or you just have a watch that isn't watched. So we need to get a familiar so we can have 3 watches. All right. I think everybody's back now.
Yep.
Everyone except Siler, apparently.
Oh dear.
But he'd spoken. He may just be busy with something. Maybe he just hop back in for a moment.
Well, Fran, is your tummy full? Are you gonna stop whining?
Well, it's also, I think, if I remember correctly, he rolled a 1 on a D100.
Oh.
Which I think that's why we got kidnapped in our sleep. Yeah, Leah didn't. I'll just share this because, I don't know if this specifically will come up again. Leah, was about to say something about, how the situation could have been worse, but that she didn't. It's like, she, both has seen people, have their throats slit in their sleep and has slit people's throat in their sleep.
Beautiful.
So the fact that we got kidnapped and not, honestly, we were in pretty good condition for being kidnapped as well. Could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a lot worse.
But it could have
But
gone a
it
lot
was.
better, Kaylin.
This
Missed.
is
Whoever's
also
Listen,
true.
to be
blame.
fair, you're the one that got me high.
True.
Maybe
I didn't think that was going to have real world consequences. What?
I think it was, again, also, it was just a combination of you fell asleep during your watch and Siler rolled a 1 on a D100 and decided
Yeah.
to make it a special thing.
And it sure was
Hey,
special.
Ziggy, that's not your shoelace.
Special, quote unquote.
This was a side quest you guys could have chosen, but you ended up being a part of it.
Everybody remembers their first kidnapping. Do you all remember your first kidnapping?
I sure do.
Is it this one? Or did you have one before this?
There's a reason I knew how to get out of the rope so fast.
Were you the kidnapper or the kidnappee?
Like Kaylin could kidnap anyone. For sure.
You know, it's good to have some experience with both sides of the situation. Want to have your bases covered.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, bad joke. Siler, you back? You good? He's either not back or he is not good.
Or he's thinking really hard about something.
Remains to be seen. Or he's having connection problems. Or he's muted. Hello?
Or he's cooking some delicious food.
Or I can't think of any other ors offhand.
Or maybe he got kidnapped. Oh no.
Ooh.
I had the image in my head. I had the image in my head, and I was thinking about, like, you know, using this specifically if Kaylin tried to, like, cute her way out of, you know, any consequences. And, like, if she had rolled, like, really well in persuasion or something like that, or performance or something. And just, it's the idea, like, the mental image of, like, Leah, like, in frustration, like, her expression going to, like, it's like a curled lip and, like, gritting her teeth in frustration, like, "Urgh!"
Yeah, that's right.
I want to
No.
be mad at you. But you're not making
But
this
I'm
easy.
too cute. To be fair, I am still waiting for Leah to get upset that Kaylin also charmed her.
Actually, does the ability say that they are aware, they're, like, conscious of that after they've been charmed?
Great question. Let me double check.
He actually rolls well. 'Cause she might understand that if she is aware, she might also understand that that wasn't her intention, was not to charm her, but to charm them. And it did work for one of them.
Oh, I guess not. I guess you only aren't aware if you succeed on a saving throw.
You only are aware?
Yeah, so
or not?
you only are not aware. Or I guess you only find out about it if you succeed on the saving throw to resist it. Because
Okay,
if a target
but you were-
succeeds on its saving throw, the target has no hint that you tried to charm it, but it doesn't say that what happens if you fail it.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Good to know. Still frustrated for other reasons.
cool. Kaylin's in the clear.
No.
school, she can still try and charm her again.
Listen, going back to the safety rules, if Kaylin pisses Leah off enough, how comfortable are you with the concept of not playing Kaylin anymore?
Listen, you're gonna have to do something to her. She's slippery when she wants to be.
No, I'm not saying it would be. But you know, when you're sleeping, you might just want to keep an eye out.
Listen, I only need a 4-hour trance. And I need to take that when you're on your shift. When you're sleeping.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Leah can do the trance, so maybe we can get away with doing a 2-person shift.
Leah and Kaylin will both trance at the same time, and that way, when Kaylin's awake,
Leah's
also
trance still
Kaylin.
has to be 8 hours, but she can do the trance.
Oh, okay. So it is still the 8 hours, or I guess it's 6
But-
hours.
Well, yeah, no, but yours is the same benefits, so like you're still aware of what's happening around you, but you're not out cold.
Yeah. All right. But I can't. I think we established that I can't wake up in the middle. I'm aware of what's going on, but I cannot wake myself up.
Right.
I think that's what you had said before, which basically means I just have a security camera on my body. POV security camera for while I sleep, but then can't do anything while it's happening. In the morning, I just wake up and it's like, there were a whole bunch of goblins in our camp. They stole all of our stuff. Good night's sleep, though.
Kaylin, why
Solid.
did they call you their leader?
They called Kaylin the Booyog? The Great Booyog?
Oh, Franny, you big blue cat. Why can't you just stop whining? You want some cheese with that wine?
Guys, it's been a while since I've done my Zam impression. How is it?
That's right, he's in a coma. That's why we haven't heard his voice.
I have been able to save my voice. I could save it permanently if I just let him die. No,
Listen,
at least
we
not
would
like that.
lose all reason to live, and the group would just explode, spontaneously combust. Except
Cool,
maybe
and-
Celia.
Yeah, so that'd be fine.
Cool, and then we can start the Descent into Avernus campaign.
Ooh. And then I could bring in my new character, Henriette. I am still itching to play her. But I love playing Cordelia so much because I feel like I can just jump in and do things with her more easily. Because she's impulsive like that.
She is a fun one.
Yeah, she's one of I think she's the most fun character of mine to play. But I think my favorite is still Mercedes to date. She's probably my favorite character I've ever created. Although I would love potentially to do a whole series of cosplays based off of every D&D character I've made so
Ooh,
far.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the dream of every D&D player to just be able to spend a whole bunch of time dedicated to you and your friends' characters, because I've had so many ideas for animatics or for music stuff, animations, all that for the characters, doing just Vine compilations.
I've imagined anime intros, TV show intros for the different campaigns and things. And I've imagined, especially for the Seven Deadly Sins campaign, I've imagined an intro in the Castlevania Netflix animation style.
That's nice.
Yeah, it just seems really perfect. And for some
Yeah.
reason, it's an art style I can really grasp in my brain. and like see it through.
Well, they both are stories about demons invading the world
Hey,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
devils?
everything going.
I'm sorry. That seems to be a very specific difference, Crystal. That you do correct us each time, and I'm not.
It is an
I'm just
important
curious as to
distinction.
why it is such an important distinction.
It's an
I feel like
important distinction, but if I'm being honest, Crystal, it does seem like at least most of the ones that we come across act more like demons.
they're all just evil.
They sure are evil.
Just to also be clear, Heidi, D&D lore, devils are specifically lawful evil. They are the fallen angels, effectively.
And
Those are the
underlings
devils.
of the devils. Oh wait,
Yeah. Yeah, not underlings of the
I
devil,
don't know what
because
I'm
they are
talking
devils.
about.
Asmodeus.
Mhm.
Demons, on the other hand, are basically just kind of the ultimate form of monstrosities to a certain respect. They are just kind of chaos incarnate. I think in some versions of the lore, they're also descended from like the Great Old Ones. In like they're just such chaotic entities.
See,
I
I
think-
feel bad because I also forget some of these like different world building details between campaigns, and I'm really bad about staying consistent on taking good notes.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. If there's anything that I feel you guys need to know for
Yeah.
a campaign to make sense, I will make sure you guys know it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crystal, I found a piece of art that just makes me think of something that you would be into. Hold on. What do we
Have you
name
heard
this?
about?
Cool chick number 500.
523.
Yep. Because I'm on my computer, and so I gotta download it in order to share it. Let's see.
You can copy and paste, you know.
Wait, what?
You can
Hold on.
copy and paste images from your computer.
Copy image. What is this source?
Did you not know that?
I didn't do it like on the computer, just like that. Like, oh my gosh.
I am so sorry.
Listen, I have a teacher level understanding of technology. You know, it's just how it be.
It do be like that.
There we go. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, that is cool art. That is nice art.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is. I like it.
Ooh, wait, and I've got another one incoming. Copy image. Paste image.
Ooh, that's also a good one.
Ooh.
I like her hair.
Ooh.
But Heidi, going back
Sweetheart.
to the demons versus
Yeah.
devil distinction, have you heard the good name, or have you heard about the wonderful concept of the blood war?
No?
Okay, back. What have I just walked into?
I was about to
Stuff.
do like a door-to-door salesman pitch about the blood war.
Okay.
Because we had been going back and forth about the distinction between devils and demons.
I mean, simple one I usually use is devils from hell because they're always trying to make a deal. Demons usually more chaotic, try to destroy stuff really with no rhyme or reason.
From the abyss.
Yeah.
I'll give general surface level stuff because I'll be honest, the Descent into Avernus campaign does get into the blood war a decent bit. It is a fairly important concept, and I also don't know if you are how deeply you're using this in Seven Deadly Sins, Crystal. I have a theory about why devils, are invading. It's because they won the blood war, and this is just what happens now.
That's definitely a theory.
That's certainly a theory.
A game theory. Speaking of which, he's not going to be a YouTuber
sad.
anymore.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunate.
I mean,
I'm
he's
glad
doing
that
a
he's
lot of
going
stuff
on.
now.
He's going out on good terms, and I mean, he's not even leaving the channels. He's just stepping back so that he can focus on his life more and focus on scripts and projects that he wants to do. So he's still going to be involved.
True.
But he's just not going to be the face anymore.
Mm-hmm. And you know what?
And
That's understandable with him having a kid.
Yeah. He's going out on good terms.
Yeah.
Beloved, he's
Not
giving
a
people
lot
time.
get to do that.
Yeah. Anyway, Blood War, a primordial war from when, primordial essence of reality was first being shaped into the world that we know. Created by the divine beings who had their servants, the angels, but were interfered by these demons who kind of sought to corrupt reality with their own influences. So the divine forces, the gods, sent their angels to fight these demons. Though they wish to, there's various interpretations of this, so they wish to have their own, find a segmented realm to go and have this blood war so that they can keep it out of, material planes and any divine planes. So eventually they settled into a realm that would become known as the Nine Hells. And they were corrupted by the demons to the point where they became devils. The divines tried to kind of separate from them as much as possible, but as the devils had technically done nothing wrong, they were literally just doing their jobs. They were able to actually basically negotiate with the divines a kind of deal that kind of meant that they weren't going to come after them fully. So kind of the full-on ownership of the realms. Oh, and how they can negotiate those bargains with people for their souls, for more souls for the blood war. So if you make a deal with a demon, your soul is bound to the Nine Hells, and you will come back in the afterlife. No matter how good you are, you're going to hell, and you're fighting in the blood war.
Oh, joy.
It's a nice little piece of lore. Helps with story building if you're going into something like Avernus.
Yep. That's the skinned down version.
Oh, I'm sure.
And wait till you get into like individual stories of what characters and people.
Yeah.
Zariel. But getting ahead of ourselves. Did we want to get... I think somebody else was saying something, but did we want to get back to the game? Because it's getting decently late.
Yes, before I was dragged away, I believe you saw the kobold being interrogated via tetherball.
Via tetherball. Hell yeah.
I got hit in the nose real bad once as a kid with a tetherball. I got hit one direction, and then it came around and hit me in the other direction. Real bad bloody nose.
Oh no.
Combo.
And it was in both times my sister and I were the ones playing on the playground. Sorry, that was a side note.
Oh no, you're great. You're doing great.
I'm sorry, I had flashbacks of like, because we used to have tetherballs that were like 8 and like in a row next to each other. And here's the thing, they gave us extra long like tethers. So there's a chance that some balls could hit each other on like the original swing around before they start curling in. So we'd make that into an obstacle course of sorts, and people got smacked up all the time.
Closest I've come to that is dislocating my my pinky from a basketball flying at my face.
Oof.
Probably better that dislocated my pinky that broke my nose or something else.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, like, did you use your hand to stop the ball? Because, like, I'm trying to figure out how something hit you in the face that caused you to dislocate a pinky.
Yeah, I basically threw a basketball and it like rebounded like perfectly back in the direction that it came from, and it was going to hit me in the face. I threw up my left hand, kind of backside first, and like that, how the pinky would be the finger that's closest. It just kind of like smacked into that and dislocated it. I wore a cast for like a couple months.
Yeah, no, the pinky's actually like one of the weakest of the fingers.
Yep. What's going on at the camp? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So are you observing the tetherball interrogation? Or are you turning around to look at the camp?
I don't know if the others are still listening. I cannot hear what's going on. I can hear. I can't understand anything that's being said. So unless there's anything particularly exciting happening there, I'm going and turning towards the camp and observing what that's like. Then I also wanted to take a look at the landscape around us and see if I might be able to fish out any landmarks or geography that might tell us where we are on the island.
Need a survival check with disadvantage. Try to figure out where you are geographically on the island. Because you're in a fresh and yet to be identified area.
Yeah. Specifically as well with the trying to figure out where we are on the island. She's also looking for, even if she can't pin down what where they are, she's trying to locate landmarks that she can relate to the others that might tell them where we are. Survival, that comes out to 14.
Best you've got when looking at this is that you're a lot closer to the shore than you are to the island itself. And you can see the volcano that sits at the very center of the island, a massive active volcano. You can't see the crack that goes down the center that essentially glows red during the evenings and night. So this tells you that you're not on the southern side where most of the settlements are.
Okay, so we're farther north.
So farther north or farther northeast or northwest.
Very good to know. All right, she'll get down any other bits of info that she can with that, and then look. I guess she'll check back at the interrogation if there's anything notable going on there.
After a few spins, he once again grabs him, and the kobold, after getting their bearings back together, starts slurringly and frantically gesturing and speaking in its odd growling language to this individual mask that now seems to be wearing a bit more clothing than before. Proper. You're not sure if it's a tunic or a large vest or scarf, but essentially he looks a little more armored now. But still
Okay.
a lot lighter than you would have expected of them. But they do now seem to be armed and have a few extra bags.
Okay, so it does look like he's been equipped. He may have taken the stuff that was in his other bags that were empty as well as his own. I'm gonna turn my attention towards the camp and just see what's up.
Alright, perception disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, this camp is still a few miles away. You can make out its the shape and the direction, but you won't be able to get any detail.
All right. I put my hands up to my face like binoculars and try to zoom in. I'm kidding. All right. Perception check. Big money, no whammies. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate because I got a nat 20 on one of them. It's always with disadvantage. It feels not always with disadvantage. That is an 18 total, though.
All right, with that, you're able to tell that the odd encampment is there. It seems to be made out of it was wood and recently built. The clearing in front of it is where they likely got most of the chopped down trees, so material for building it. You only see a few people in the perimeter and 2 guarding it, so you're not sure. There's not a lot of people out front looking watch, but there's only the single guard tower, and that's further out in front, almost like a sentry. After the wall is built, there's nothing, no buildings or anything, or any structures that surpass that wall. It looks a few about 10 to 15 feet high, but there is that large smokestack that's coming from the east.
What color is the smoke? Red or black? Or not red or black. Black or white? This is specifically like what are they burning, sort of thing. Because sometimes you can tell based on
Right. No, yeah, you can tell sometimes depending on what it is. Currently, it's going back and forth between white and black.
Okay, so they're burning different types of things as well. Can she does there seem to be any large scale barracks, or is it more like personal sort of living quarters?
It's hard to tell. Everything is exactly at that wall height.
Okay, so most of the buildings are blocked off, or at least I can't see it.
Well, that means nothing is taller than the wall they built for it, so they might all just be smaller, like tents or single-story structures.
Okay. Would I have advantage from the height that I'm at that I would be able to see over the wall, or is it just...
No, you're even at the height you're at.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
There's also, you would also know that there's an honest possibility that it could be something subterranean and underground, which is why it's sometimes one of the reasons that something's completely flat like that, is there's an honest chance that it could be something subterranean.
Yeah,
or this could just be the passage or entrance into somewhere else.
All right. Could be any sort of number of things. Could all be a staging area for some other operation.
That could all just be like their trash, or like a little makeshift garbage dump, and you'll feel like as soon as you get there, you see that there's another path that leads up to an actual
they got a watchtower for their dump.
You got to make sure no one knows that we're burning stuff.
Burning tires and shit.
Oh god.
Maybe, who knows? You guys got to go find out. If you want to, you can always just leave.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else that I don't know if Leah would know if there's anything else that she would be able to glean from that, but I think that's all I can for now. I'll take one more look back over towards the interrogation. Still tetherball?
The tetherball game seems to be over. The guy seems to be cutting him down and is tying him back up with wrist, hands, tail, and this time actually tying his mouth shut as well because he wouldn't stop yapping about something he can't understand.
All right. Actually, Leah will observe him at this time. Does he just leave him there? Does he take him with him, or does he I assume he's leaving him alive from what I can tell, if he's tying him up.
He's tying him up, but he seems to be hoisting him over his shoulder, and he seems to be walking back the path towards you guys, towards the path that he left.
Okay. Leah will start climbing down the tree and head back in that direction as well, at a slightly faster pace. Don't know if I'm gonna get there before he does or not, but
well, he's a bit further away, so he'll take some time.
Oh, yeah, he's farther away. Then I'll make my way back down to the group as well.
And you guys see her climbing back down the tree. Make me a quick acrobatics check to see how well you make it.
I would also like to try and use the grasping tendril tattoo to try and like kind of grab onto a good branch that might be able to bear my load, and kind of use that to kind of rappel down a decent bit towards the end where there's less branches.
All right, roll me that with advantage then.
All right. 26.
And like a complete natural, you glide down this tree like it was no problem.
Kind of soft rustling of leaves as I kind of like land like on a like near a bush. Something.
You could definitely tell the way you did this. If you wanted to, you could have done a silent ninja descent, but you weren't trying to. But you could have.
Yeah, not necessarily trying to be like full on silent, since it seems like we don't have any hostile enemies or any enemies nearby or anything like that. Yeah. Right.
So, did you find anything?
Few things. I think your new friend is actually coming back this way. Not certain he's bringing that kobold, it looks like. It seems like we're in the north of the island, from what I could tell. I couldn't see that crack running down the volcano. Don't know whether we're on the east side or the west side. And she'll try relaying a few more, like, even if it's minor landmarks, to see if perhaps one of the locals might have a better knowledge on that.
That's putting a lot of faith in these locals.
She just describes you that, the side of the island you're on is not facing or visible. You don't see the crack in the center of the volcano. That's usually to the south, which means you're either to the north or the northeast or west of the island, and you're close to the shore.
Also, I guess we should check on the sun and time of day and how that may have moved the past hour or so that we've been conscious.
She's gonna look up at the sky.
It's high.
Damn.
Sun's still there.
If it's high noon, can I gauge the time of year by the angle of the sun? I assume that it hasn't been several months. So I'm joking.
You can certainly try.
I think I'll pass on that one for now.
So, from her rough description of where we were at, would we know how far away we are from the village that we were originally heading to?
Unfortunately, no. The thing, she was able to narrow down where you're not, but not where you are.
And is the village north or south of the volcano?
The village is just south of the volcano, but it's at the volcano. The volcano in the center of the island, it's massive, has a giant crack down the center of it. That crack is facing down south, essentially lining up with New Serene. On the left would be the settlement of St. Matthias. On the right side would be Hickman. But on each of those sides, you can only just see the crack. The fact that you can't see it means that you're on the opposite side of the island.
Oh.
It's almost due south of the volcano is where we're trying to go, right?
Yeah, south. You're trying to go south of a volcano that's in the middle of the island. And depending on where you are, you could be close. You could be just to the upper edge, or you could be up on the way the opposite side of the volcano.
We were on the east side of the island, weren't we? Before, like lower east side of the island.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were traveling west, trying to get to the village. It's just south of the volcano.
Yeah, so we moved a long distance.
But hopefully nothing longer than just one night's distance.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be considerably longer. At the rate we were going before, we may have a couple weeks. I don't know how big this island is actually. Like how long it would take to travel through the wilderness.
It's
I don't know.
It's big. Like think, it would fit inside of Australia.
Okay, some months maybe. If we're not traveling on main roads.
Yeah, no. When you
Boy.
go through like the thick of it in the jungle that you're really, because with the
Yeah.
main roads you cut through a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah. Oh boy. But we're near a road. Are there roads that travel through the north side of the island?
You're not sure because you haven't heard of any settlements and or tribes on that side, but you're not familiar with all of them.
Would either of you know?
We could roll to check.
Yeah, either of you could roll me a quick history check.
Okay. Rolling.
I don't. That was a 3.
Maybe I just
Okay.
missed the crack and we're actually on the south side of the island. I just totally
19
missed the
plus
crack.
2, 21.
And with that, you're aware that there are some tribes that have no communication with the other tribes. So other than the occasional spotting or trade, that tend to be isolation. But for the most part, all recognized clans usually tend to be on the mid to south side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
On the upper north side, there could be anywhere between 4 to 7 not uncontacted, but segregated clans that tend to be self-isolated.
Okay.
Less communication. All right.
Well.
No map.
Okay, well then I guess we
Yep.
should get started heading south.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, I'd say that we would want to try and find some sort of civilization, but the closest one would be the
Who knows
cult
where?
that was just trying to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
I could try to talk to
Sacrifice
them.
us.
Yeah, that's good.
That may not be a good idea.
What's everybody's passive perception? Just remind me real quick.
19.
17.
16.
Okay, then that's enough.
God.
You all notice the stranger that one of you recognize a bit closer, walking through the underbrush, essentially roughly 20 feet away from you, just walking across the field, heading back toward where the wrecked little carriage was.
Is he approaching us or is he approaching the carriage?
No, he's just passing by. He's essentially passing your peripheries as he's walking towards where the trail was, where the cart was knocked.
Oh, do you think he might know where we're at?
Excuse me, sir? I don't know if this is going to get his attention or if he even understands the language I am speaking.
How loud are you saying this?
Loud enough to get his attention. Like, shortly after, as he's passing by us. Or maybe a little bit after. He's walked a couple paces after that.
Doesn't seem to have noticed, or is ignoring you.
How rude.
Is Cobalt still alive?
You can see something wriggling and squirming on his back that's kind of wrapped up in that same bundle you saw the others wearing, but, it's also tied up with some rope.
Okay. Leah's going to kind of march up to him and say again, "Excuse me, can you stop for a moment?"
You marching up behind him or in front of him?
Beside him? Kind of on the side opposite of the kobold.
How close?
7 feet.
Ooh, that's just in range.
Yeah, he's gonna swing the kobold at me or something.
No, it's something else.
Oh.
He does stop and he does seem to acknowledge you. Roll me a quick wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. 14.
And as soon as he does turn and look at you, and you blink for a second, as you notice a discernible difference in what you thought you were facing, he seems to be taller than you. He's growing.
Wasn't he already taller than me?
No, you thought he was your height when you first walked up to him. But
Okay.
now he's taller, like the size of a smaller horse and the size of a tree, and as he keeps getting closer, it just feels like he's dwarfing everything around you. And it's strange because every time you hear his footstep, it just seems like it's louder and heavier. And you feel the sweat start to kind of stick to the back of your neck. Your hair stands up a little bit. A few goosebumps until you blink and it's gone, and he's still standing exactly where he was.
Leah just kind of probably pauses for a moment, so she's not quite beside him as well. Kind of takes a
The
deep
best I can
sigh.
give you an example of that was, you remember that little scene where Escanor was facing off against that one dude? What was his name? Yeah, the truth. There it is.
I know it.
I'm gonna be honest. I started watching some of the loose ends, but I did not. I have
I gotta show you
Not-
the Escanor fights. They are fantastic.
I know enough about him to know that he is he's fun. He's got a fun gimmick.
He is. And it was essentially this a quick flash of just, he for some reason looked taller, bigger, scarier, more intimidating than you perceived him to be a few moments ago before you blinked and he was back to normal.
Kaylin, can you get his attention? I think he's
I could
not
try.
exactly talkative.
She is going
I
to
don't think
approach
that-
him as well.
I don't think I would consider that.
Cool. As soon as you get within those 7 feet, you can also roll a wisdom save. But you do notice he has stopped, turned to face both of you now, and he seems to be there waiting.
Ooh, 18.
With that, you see an odd kind of shimmer that seems to just be around him. And for a split second, it looks like he's kind of projecting something behind him. Almost like himself, bigger, almost meaner looking,
It's fine.
almost angry. But you don't pay it any mind. It just honestly just it reminds you of your friend, your new guardian,
Yeah.
who's back there chilling. You pay it no mind and you just keep on. You approach, you happily say whatever it is you say.
Excuse me. In Draconic. Do you, by any chance, happen to know where we are?
Ask him what he's discovered from the kobold.
Did
You see him start to pull into his bag, and he just takes out a small scrolled piece of paper. He crumbles it in his hand before he unfurls it, and he hands it to you.
Ooh. I look at that piece of paper.
There's nothing on it for a second until words begin to appear. In very nice, I'm not entirely sure what this kind of writing is. It seems a bit foreign, but you're able to understand it. He says, "You're on the island of Tearford."
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Kaylin looks at the paper, looks confused for a second, and then shows it to Leah. He says we're still on the island, so that's good.
Can Leah read what is on that piece of paper?
You can. What was the first language you learned?
Common.
Then that's what it's written in. As for Kaylin, you read that in the first language that you learned.
Ah.
All right.
Same goes for Nashoni, should she look.
Sure, I'll look.
That's interesting, but doesn't seem all that helpful. Who are you and why are you here? How'd you get here? Can you ask him, or can you understand what we're saying?
She's gonna ask, do you understand what she's saying right now?
He extends his hand out for the paper.
She'll hand it back.
He talks exclusively in notes.
Maybe he's
He just crinkles it again in his hand. Before he lets it go, it unfurls and he hands it back to you.
Okay, she's gonna look at it again.
And it once again, in very nice handwriting, words begin to appear. Yes, I can understand you and your question mark.
Friend question mark. Leah nods at that when
she's-
looking over Kaylin's shoulder.
Yeah, no, she's a friend. So do you know... Well, no, what... Did you get any information from the kobold? From the little dragon guy? And she'll hand him the paper back.
And he once again crumbles it in his fist. And you see every time he does it, it only takes a second or three before he just seems to hold it and stare at it for a second before he unfurls his hand. And it, even though he's crumbled it up, it always just naturally flattens itself out and seems to look pristine again. Hands it back to you. And after he does the same thing again, he unfurls his hand, hands it back to you. Nope.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So
Take
I'll
paper.
open it up again and read it.
Cool. Words appear, same as last time. Wait, I'm trying to think because you guys asked him multiple questions and he's trying to see what order he would answer them in. Which one was the first question?
I think it was just if you learned anything from the little dragon guy.
I think Leah had
The
asked
kobold.
who he was, how he ended up here, and I think then Kaylin asked if he learned anything from the kobold.
Then he just, in order, yes, yes, no, yes.
Who are you? Yes. Why are you here? Yes. Sorry. I mean, is that what's written on the paper?
It's those words, but you're not sure what order they'd go in because you're not sure if he's going off the questions as he received them, or as he was asked them. You're not entirely sure if he's answering your questions or hers too, to be fair, because you're communicating via paper. Challenging.
Communicating via paper is challenging. Yeah.
So
Also,
then, where are you going now?
Once again, just quickly grabs paper, crumbles it up, hands it back to you, and says, "To the encampment."
the one down in the valley?
Gotta roll something. He pulls out a second piece of paper, crumbles it up in his hand, and hands this one to you, Leah.
Oh, okay. I'll take it and look at it.
And this one says, "No."
Then what encampment are you heading to? She'll hand the paper.
He will take it, crumple it in his hand, put the test hook, unfold hand, and then handing it back to you as it straightens up and the words appear. My encampment.
Ah, okay. I feel like asking where your camp would be pedantic, but do you know whether we are east of the volcano or west of the volcano? Or due north of the volcano? And she'll hand back the paper.
He just points at the very clearly visible volcano.
Well, then can I just tell by just looking at it?
That the volcano is in fact in that direction. But I don't know if he grasped the concept you were trying to give him.
I didn't put it specifically on my character sheet, but would it be unreasonable for Leah to have a compass?
I mean, yeah, no, and like certain of those kits you start with explorers and stuff. Yeah, I'd say compass would be a no for people
okay.
like started. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean, I guess that was one of the things that she picked up was an explorer's kit as well. Then yeah, she'll use a compass to try and tell, using the volcano as a landmark, try and tell what part of the island we are on. Other than just north.
All right. Give me a quick survival check at advantage.
All right. Well, that's could have been better. What's my survival bonus? Okay.
DC is not high. Come on, you can do
15.
this.
15.
Yeah, you're fine. With this, you're able to tell that you are on the far east-north side of the island.
Okay. East by northeast?
East by northeast side of the island. This being this close to shore, you know that you traveled a good bit, but
Okay.
you can tell that they weren't finished traveling.
All right. This makes sense. Okay, so we should be able to get back to, or close to back to where we were before. Hopefully fairly quickly. Did you find out anything about why we were kidnapped? Or you were kidnapped?
And just reading the process with the paper once again, yes.
Yeah. Can you share that with us?
Takes the paper once again. I was kidnapped because I was caught.
Another facepalm.
I thought you said
Oh,
hot.
that makes sense.
I'm going to hand my the paper that he's been using with me over to Nashoni and says, "Do you want to try and take a crack at this?"
And she'll shrug and take the paper. I do think it's getting late where I'm at here.
Yeah, that's also something.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry.
Want to call it
It's just
here?
Granny's
then?
also yelling at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's start. But no, had fun.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for hosting, Siler.
No problem.
Maybe
I'll
we'll
leave you
make
guys
some
with-
progress. Next
Yeah,
week.
hopefully next time. I'll leave you guys with this though. He does look at Nishoni with a bit more interest and a cocked eyebrow.
Well, I'm just so interesting, so popular. Everybody on the island's heard about me.
He's
And
giving
my
you that.
hashtag, not like other villager girls,
Yeah.
exploring energy. Y'all.
He's
Yeah.
giving you that
Last-
Dwayne Johnson stare.
Yeah. Here's the fun part. What you guys actually, I think one of you has the perception to see this. He's looking not at Nishoni, but directly behind her, and I believe it would be Leah. You can see that there's a figure behind her that essentially is giving him the don't
There's a
before
figure
they
behind.
disappear. There's a figure
What?
in the forest looking directly at the guy in the mask, who's just shaking his head, and you can see this person is a literal tree.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm gonna drop his photo in the. I'm gonna drop his photo in the thing. You guys can ruminate on that later.
Tree
Now we
beard.
don't have time to unpack all that. All right.
Oh,
Alright.
he's so cute.
Drop them in the art. Yeah, no, he's looking directly at him, and he's just shaking his head, like, "Don't do it."
Wow.
It's like the main character from Hollow Knight, but mixed with Halcyon.
That's what I was thinking.
He does that, and then he just walks into the tree.
And
Oh,
he's
but-
gone.
Yeah, and
Alright.
only Leah really saw that happening.
I'm
I
sure
like
it's
to
fine.
say Caitlin is trying to do the same trick with the paper. She has her own paper. She's trying to think really hard about words and crumple it and see if that's how it works.
Just playing 20 questions.
No one's asked why he wears a full face mask.
I feel like he just answered because, given his track record.
No, no one
Yeah.
asked him, why can't you speak or do you not talk?
I guess that might be something to unpack next time.
Next time on Greedfall.
Well, thank you so much for hosting, Siler, and it was good to hear from you guys. I hope you guys all have a really good night's sleep and a good day tomorrow at work.
This is fun.
Same.
Oh, and
See you guys all on Monday with Kimmy.
Yeah.
see you guys Monday. Tyler, if you want to hang around and I just something quick to bring up, if you're available or if you need to go and get to bed, that is also
Yeah,
there.
a little time left.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Hope you
Good
guys have a nice
night.
night.
Good
Take
night.
care.
兄ちゃん